Okay, welcome back to another edition of Tell Her Me Mom. And like, this is real. My girl is over here in her kitchen preparing dinner at almost, what? 7? It's not 7:30. It's 7:11. Oh my God. We were supposed to meet here at 6 o'clock so we can jump on this house or a part of this house. Then traffic. And then we have these little boogers. But while she prepares dinner, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I'm preparing dinner here. It's something shrimp related. It's either gonna be shrimp linguine or curry shrimp. Undecided at the moment. And yes, like ratatouille. And while the shrimp thaws, we're gonna do what tired moms do, which is clean up in the meantime.
And we have to hurry up though, cause my kiddos are hungry and have to get back in bed to go to school tomorrow. But you know what? We're gonna get this thing down because we're not gonna be tired moms for the rest of our lives. Alrighty then.
We had originally planned to do a zone cleaning video, but as you can see here, I was changing a blown bulb and getting ready to start zone cleaning. But unfortunately, the children kept saying that they were hungry, and given unexpected traffic, falling behind schedule, and how late it was getting, we decided to pivot and do a cooking video.
Yeah, well, you did get the bulb change.
So first we let the shrimp thaw for about 15 to 20 minutes, and once it's entirely defrosted, then we start removing the shells and the tails. And as you can see, I like to have a plastic bag on one side to throw away the shells and a bowl on the other side to put the peeled and deveined shrimp.
Good strategy, but I am definitely not about shelling shrimp. Like, it was difficult. My hands were frozen, but yeah, I mean, I was there for you.
Practice makes perfect. All right, so what I'm cooking right now is a Trinidadian curry shrimp. I say it's Trinidadian curry shrimp because I learned from the Trinidadian side that I was affiliated with for some time.
Oh, there's more to that. Okay, maybe later.
First, I seasoned the shrimp. So these are without the tail, without the veins, without the shells or anything like that. What it has in it is about 2 pounds of shrimp, 2 limes, about a handful of cilantro, handful of thyme, and about 5 to 6 pieces of chive. And then I chopped it very finely, and then I put that in here. I also put 2 garlic in here, 2 bulbs of garlic. The bulbs. I put 2 garlic in here, and then after that, I mixed it all together. And then I got this jerk seasoning. So it is a Trinidadian recipe that I've learned, but this is Jamaican jerk seasoning. So, you know, just don't mind the island jumping. I am Cuban, another, Caribbean island. So I went ahead and I mixed all that together, and then I just kind of like stirred it all up, and I let it sit in here for about like 5 or 10 minutes. And thankfully, shrimp is like one of those meats that can like really absorb flavor very quickly. So it's not something like, if I'm cooking chicken or goat or steak or anything, I like to like have it marinated overnight.
You cook goat as well?
I do cook goat. Yes, another. Yes, from my Trinidadian expeditions. Yes, I learned that as well. So I know curry goat, stew goat, jerk goat, and yeah, I think that's about it for the goat.
Sounds like a confused Cuban to me.
I assimilated very well. We'll leave it at that. All right. So this is curry powder. This is Chief's curry powder, and this is a Trinidadian brand of curry powder. I like to use this one because my children are half Trinidadian, so this is the curry powder that I'm always cooking with, and the one that they like best. So this is a pot spoon, one of the big pot spoons, not a small one. So I'll use about a pot spoon full, okay? And then I'm also gonna use some Amchar. This is once again the Chief brand, which is from Trinidad and Tobago. And for this one, I probably use maybe about half a tablespoon. I've done this for years now, so I know how to eyeball things pretty well. So this is what it looks like. Then I use 1 bottle of water. I'm gonna mix that with water in just a moment. Just getting my garlic ready. So yeah, so here I have the curry powder mixed with the amchar. A bottle of water. Okay, just mix that together. Okay, so I stir it all up. I'm just trying to get rid of as much clumps as possible. Okay, so that looks pretty good for now. All right, so I'm gonna rest that down. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna heat up my pot, and I'm gonna put enough in the pot just to cover the bottom surface of the pot. Whenever we're cooking with oil, if you don't want the oil to jump back at you, what you have to do is you have to use garlic. So this is something that I learned. So it's very important that when you have oil in the pot, and then I'm gonna mix it with water. So you know that saying, oil and water don't mix. That is very true. However, oil and water will somewhat mix, or will mix without burning you if you just put garlic. So I've already chopped up the garlic right here. All right, so here I have the chopped up garlic, and I'm just waiting for my oil to heat up. So again, it wasn't that much, it's just enough to cover the bottom. Okay, so I put it on about medium-high to high heat. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put in my garlic. Okay. When my garlic is a nice golden brown color, then that is when I will add the curry water mixture. Then I want the curry to cook. While the curry is cooking, as soon as it's done, I let it boil for maybe like anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how high the heat is. So once the curry water mixture that I have is boiling, then I add coconut milk. So this is a Trinidadian recipe, but like I said, I'm Cuban, so I've put my own spin to a lot of things. When you're cooking garlic, don't walk away, because garlic is one of those foods that will definitely cook quickly. Before you know it, it'll be burned. Okay, so we're almost at that golden brown color. Okay, and now I add just a little bit at a time. And as you can see, there was no splatter. Oil wasn't popping on top of me, and that's because of the garlic. If I would have just put this curry water and throw it right inside the garlic, there would have been screaming. So, so since that'll take like 2 to 5 minutes to do, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start cooking my cilantro lime rice. So this is brown rice.
Oh, cool.
I try to be healthy. And thankfully, my cilantro lime rice and just with brown rice, or cilantro lime rice with regular white rice, both taste about the same.
And so, folks, this is real life, because this video was not supposed to be about cooking. Okay? I came over here to clean and organize. But because Danny is a working mom, such as myself, things didn't go as planned. And so now this video is going to be about cooking. And you guys are going to get it the way we film it.
So now the curry is boiling. And so now I'm going to go ahead and add the coconut milk. So then while that is boiling, I'm going to finish up with the cilantro lime rice. And depending on how big and how juicy your lime is, I think I might just need to just use one. Because normally with
half or a whole?
Oh, sorry. I think I might just need to use just half. Just half. Because this turned out to be a pretty big and juicy lemon.
Lime.
Sorry. Okay. For any Hispanic people watching here, you will know, how do you say lime in Spanish? Limón. How do you say lemon in Spanish? Limón. So I quite often mix up the words lime and lemon.
And my children are learning Spanish because of that.
That's right. They say that they're part Cuban too.
Exactly. I still just listen for my name. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm sticking with African American English and my half of tips of speaking American English correctly. Oh, I'm so serious. You know, African American English is a legit dialect.
Yes,
You did that.
I'm very.
I'm
well
proud
aware.
of you.
Yeah, I am.
You're
aware.
invited to the cookout.
Thank you. I try to be to clean or to.
I mean, you can do that too.
Because I don't mind. I'm a stress cleaner through and through.
I will not say no. Now that's garlic.
So this is garlic. I do garlic. I add garlic to my rice just because you won't have to use as much salt when you use garlic. You might have to use like just half the amount of salt because garlic gives the rice a lot of flavor. Yeah. So you'll see how much how much salt I end up using.
Again, you learn something new every day. So why do we have potatoes?
Okay, so because in Trinidadian curry shrimp, they will add potatoes.
Ah.
Yeah, so typically they'll add potatoes and chickpeas. And I hope I'm not doing the Trinidadian community a disservice. This is just how my mother-in-law just taught me how to cook it. So yeah, so if I'm offending anybody by adding potatoes or chickpeas, I'm sorry. This is just how she taught me how to cook it. And she always followed it up with, "This is how it's done in Trinidad." I was like, okay, all right, cool, all right, whatever you say.
I never heard of it anyway until I met you.
The water and curry mixture and the coconut milk have all been boiling. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my potatoes.
This has actually have been a pretty quick meal.
Yeah. Yeah, because potatoes, I chop them up so they're about this big. So it won't take too long to cook.
So you're putting more water in?
Yeah, so I'm putting another bottle of water in just because I know I have about 2 pounds of shrimp that I'm about to pour into the pot. And I always want to make sure to have the liquid covering the meat that I'll be cooking with. So I'm just going to add another bottle of water. Okay.
Wow, that was cool.
Yeah. Sorry, habit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put my salt. So again, because I already put the garlic, there's not that. This is how much salt I add. So I really don't need to add much to give it flavor. And I just stir it all up. And just let that cook in the meantime. Okay. Now, I'm going to keep the salt out because I need the salt and I'm going to need butter for my pot. So my unit of measure for most things is the pot spoon. Okay, so it's about this much. Just the bottom
looks part. About like
maybe like 2 tablespoons.
No, that's 1 tablespoon.
Okay, yeah.
I think.
So about.
But can you also do that to taste?
Yes, you can also do that to taste. So I remember since my mother-in-law had high blood pressure, she would actually barely cook with any salt, and it tasted really good. Okay, and then I'm gonna use about a pot spoonful of butter.
Now that's like 2 tablespoons.
And I'm just gonna let that just simmer and cook.
Is there a specific amount of time that has to cook?
I like to cook this maybe between 5 to 10 minutes. Again, it won't take too long since the potatoes are already like in cube pieces. And the shrimp will take about 5 to 10 minutes to cook. Because you don't want to overcook your shrimp because then it's gonna have like that rubbery texture. So first thing I put in is potatoes. When they're nice and tender, not that they all break apart, but when they're just nice and tender, then I'll go ahead and add the chickpeas, and that'll be about 2 minutes, and then I'll go ahead and add the shrimp. So this is actually like a really quick meal, especially if you already have your shrimp seasoned. So that part's pretty quick. These are the chickpeas.
Glory?
Goya.
Goya. Is that Hispanic?
It's most definitely a Hispanic brand.
Where did I get the L from? There is a Glory brand, I believe.
I believe you. Okay, so it's like almost 5 minutes that's been cooking now. Yeah, and then I like to add the butter and the salt in the beginning of the meal, because then like that you can make sure that it mixes really well with the curry water, and it's flavorful, and it's always better to add too little, because if you add too little, then all you have to do is just add a little bit more butter or salt or whatever you feel might be missing. But if you add too much, then you are stuck like Chuck. So our potatoes they're nice and tender. They're not all the way cooked, because like I said, I don't want them all the way cooked for them to break apart, but they're nice and tender such that I can go ahead and I can add Goya, chickpeas or garbanzos. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those. I think we're ready to go ahead and add our shrimp to our curry shrimp. Okay. So I'm just gonna spoon them in, just because from experience, when I just dump the pot inside, then hot curry water jumps out at me. And it's a good thing I added that second bottle of water, because we have just enough juice to cover all of our shrimp. So our curry shrimp is done. The potatoes are nice and tender. You can easily break them apart with the spoon. And I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this off so that I can keep the shrimp from burning. Now I'm just gonna taste it and then see if there's anything that I need to add.
How taste?
It's good. Not because I cooked it, but it's good. All right, so I went ahead and added my cilantro already, and I chopped it all up before adding it. So something you don't see in the video is while the potatoes and the chickpeas and the shrimp are cooking, we are cleaning up the kitchen, clearing off the countertop and loading the dishwasher, so that by the time we finish eating our meal, there won't be such a big mess to have to clean up afterwards.
I try to tell my husband that all the time.
It's called cleaning as you go. My mother always told me that.
Winning. Oh, that looks good. Let me take a picture.
Wait. Is it good? Well, how would you rate it, Kara? She said
Blow on it.
10.100.
Thank you.
10.100.
Blow it, Camila. Alright, I think you're good now. Alright, go away. We don't that's for the bloopers.
Is it hot?
Water.
No, like the one that drafted.
No water.
Also, when your daughter
I'll
tells
give
you.
it a 10 out of a 6.
A 10 out of 6.
10
Okay.
is not in a 6.
Go 10.
Chef's kiss.